Okay, so this is the hair tutorial for the competition season. It is a French braid across into a high curly ponytail. So we're just gonna show you how to do that. So start off by just brushing your hair out, making sure there's no knots in it. And now we're gonna part it for the braid. So I like to go from like the arch of the eyebrow or a little bit lower. So I just go all the way back with that. Brush it over, make sure it's straight. And then go, you have to measure, here, put your hand here. Okay, so about where you want your bow to see how far back with the braid you should go. So I think I'm gonna go to about there. Just so that your bow is, just so that your bow is on the top of your head. So you just want to make this a straight part going across here. And bring that side all the way down to your ear. Okay, hold this. Okay, so now we're going to put the rest of our hair just into a low ponytail, just to get it out of the way for when we're braiding it. Okay, so if you cannot French braid, you can find another mom or friend that you can go over to their house before the competition, have one braid, have another start makeup, do ponytails, curled ponytails. And I really advise against doing your hair at the competition because that just takes up a lot of time and it's not really good. So now we're just going to French braid it all the way over, and then when we get to about here on our head, start pulling the pieces back so that we can get it up into the high ponytail. Band right at the bottom there. Okay, we're also going to end up taking that band out, so it doesn't really matter if it's very straight. So now I'm just going to pull her braid out of it because it was a bit too tight. And don't worry about these hairs right here because we'll spray them at the end. So now we're going to start our ponytail, and you really want to make it a very high ponytail, and make sure it's pretty smooth with little to no bumps, because if you have a lot of bumps then it'll look weird and not as clean and crisp. Okay, so now I'm just going to put it up to ponytail. Sorry about that. Okay, so I didn't put the braid in it yet because I'm going to secure it again with, so that it's all nice and secure in there. And here Here's where it really matters how long you braided it, because if it's too short then it'll look weird going when you pull it up. I like to do it in 2 separate ones, because if you only do it in one band then it could get weird and not as secure and fall out. And this just kind of ensures that if your ponytail falls out, your braid doesn't. So I'm just going to put the braid into the ponytail here. And then take out the ending braid. Okay, so if you are curling your hair after, curling your hair, where was I going with that? Anyway, so now is the time you want to put your bow in, because if you wait, then your curls will fall out. And how we're going to put your turn to the side. So how we're going to put the bow in is you want to make sure that the bow bands are underneath the bands or ponytail so that your bow isn't all floppy. So just take it. And then I like to hold my bow right here, so you hold it, like hold the middle of it. Have your shoulder hold it there so that it won't move while you're putting it in. Okay, now just make sure your bands, okay, you can look. Make sure your bands are underneath and position your bow. And you can bobby pin your bow now or you can bobby pin it later. But yeah, okay. So now that we have our bow, we're gonna start curling. And you can curl it many different ways. You can use a curling iron or curlers. So I'm going to show you what the curls look like with the Curl Freak. Also, we're going to show you what the curls look like with just a normal curling wand. And also, you could use these curlers, but you just want to make sure you do this the night before. And you really want to curl your hair to last, because we have a lot of time between when you're doing your hair and when you're gonna perform, and you don't want your hair to be out when you're performing. So now we're just gonna hairspray the ponytail, just to make sure that it's all secure before we start curling. So for competition days, you want a lot of hairspray in it, because you really want to make sure that it stays, because if it doesn't, then your hair is going to be not great. So just make sure it's good all around there. And we're using the Bedhead we're using the Bedhead Masterpiece hairspray. But you can use whatever hairspray that you want. So I'm just going to put a little pin in, it's right here. Actually, no. So you really want to pin your bow down, because you don't pin your bow down, like the tails of your bow here. If you don't pin those down, then your bow will be all floppy, and you don't want a floppy bow. So I just put a pin in each side of the tail and kind of position it where I want it when I do that. And that helps hold the shape of the bow too. So first we'll show you what the curls look like if you're doing with curlers. These are just some curlers you can use. And there's little ones, medium ones, big ones. There's the medium sized ones for her hair. But again, you just really want to do it with what's best. Sorry, did I just hit you? with what's best for your cheerleader's hair, because all of our hair is very different and you want to make sure that it stays. So with these ones, you just want to spray it with water and then put it through the thingy. So spray it, sorry, get it pretty wet. Now put thingy. And pull it through.
Technical difficulty.
Okay, there we go. Alright, so then we would do your whole head like this one. We're just going to do one. Okay, so next up I'll show you what the...
Do you want me to turn?
Yeah. So now I'll show you what the...
Here, let me put this up a little.
Okay, so we'll show you what the Rusk Curl Freak does. And you'll get different curls from all of these. So you really just want to do what helps your hair curl the best. And they're not tight little ringlet curls. It will be, they'll be looser curls. So that's what this one looks like. Okay. And then we'll just show you just a little, just a curling one. Sorry, that's my cat. And then you can get tighter curls, obviously, looser curls. But if you are starting your hair with looser curls, you'll want to make sure that you do them tight enough so that they will stay. Because if they don't stay, your hair will be straight, obviously, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to curl the rest of her hair. So you can turn. I'm just going to curl the rest of her hair with the curling one because it'll go faster. But you can curl it however okay, so now I'm just going to spray her hair with hairspray again so that it stays in. And you can give it a little bit of volume. It's not teased, but if you want to give it a little bit of volume so that it's not flat and all weighed down, that would be a good idea. Okay, so now you're just going to spray in all of your flyaways. Just lock it in place. Okay. And so this is the finished hair look for the competition season. It's the French braid and turn with the curly ponytail here. So there it is.